Water glass, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody, back to the Senate House Conference on S.127, the Omnibus Housing Bill. It is still the 29th at 7:45, and we are back in session. And you guys, I know, have been doing some talking, thinking, and working.
Yes.
So would you like to tell us what you've come up with?
We would. So we are still at an increment of 75, 85. We're willing to butt for with affordable and not including moderate. And we took you seriously when you said, what is a cap we could live with? And we took that seriously. And so we looked at what our housing needs are, and our housing needs are fairly substantial. And we looked at what Chris Donnelly and CHT has said is the average cost of infrastructure per unit. And we have work figures based on that. And so we know that we need 7,500 new units of housing every year. We worked with EPSI to figure out how many that might conceivably be financed with a CHIP program. And that was about 3,750 units.
Yep.
And so we are looking at, we're looking at 200 million. And we have, Patrick Titterton has done the workout on this. He's bringing it up to you because we added an additional column of what additional revenue to the ed fund it is. So we have done that, and Patrick will be here in about 5 minutes.
We had two small
And we have two small additions.
additions.
You want to mention
Sure.
those?
So we feel pretty strongly about the 10 years. Maybe that was already
I think
decided.
we already agreed to.
And we hadn't noticed that there was a 5-year look back at the cap. It wasn't even a report.
It was a review.
It was some kind of review. On my prescription.
Yes.
Recommend.
Right.
Yeah, without too much, without going too much into, how Jessica and Pepsi folks have felt about this process. We at this point just feel this is entirely unnecessary, and that, Pepsi's been through quite a bit.
And we have the annual report.
This is so much reporting.
We just felt that the reporting that Betsy does.
Yeah, for two people that maybe
Maybe
they're gonna
four,
get
but-
another person or two one day.
So I think
Well,
you
I already
discussed.
suggested that when we chatted about that, our first meeting. Yeah, but if we're gonna give them all this work, we need more people in Pepsi.
So I think the discussion was if the cap is at 200 million, then you don't really need the next two subsections.
Matos still loves, if you want $5 million more dollars, go for it.
Just in case we build another 50 units,
Anyway, Pat is here,
But we're willing to let that 5 million go.
and
Have that approval there for that 5 million.
so we
would be
took
great.
you seriously, and we worked out our numbers, perhaps,
All right, that's great.
and we have come up with a number that we think, we could live with.
And that we have confirmation that the administration could sign this bill. This is it. I would like to go home and watch my daughter close her eyes.
We have yin and yang experiences going on. Her eyes and mind's getting there.
I know. I think we should all give Allison some
Yes.
credit for missing, and her son. We love her
You guys are
son.
such good company.
Unless, of course, you really wanted to skip the day.
You'll never know. You'll never know. I'm just gonna hold it over you for forever.
We're on camera.
Oh, you are on camera, yes.
We love you.
Okay,
Okay,
so
oh,
that's,
whoops, they really are there.
Oh, do you want the spreadsheet?
Yes,
I would love to see the spreadsheet. That'd be
Who
great.
wants your spreadsheet?
the spreadsheet is here, and Patrick has done yeoman's work in speeding.
Thank you,
that.
Patrick, for staying. The spreadsheet ended up being handy.
So it's 10 years for the Bepsi adjustment to the increment is what you're talking about,
Mhm.
first, right, on the projects?
And no 5-year, whatever that was.
No, you know,
5-year
million,
adjustment
just-
of the cap to review it because there should be sufficient money anyway,
review
getting
it,
the annual reports.
Well, it's even more than we thought. It's 38 million back to the ed fund.
My math was incorrect.
No,
Yeah.
no, your math was very close.
Sorry about that.
Okay,
You're welcome, my pen.
what's that?
You're welcome, my pen.
Oh, this is your pen?
But that's, oh, there you go.
I have several pens going right now. I think most of them are yours.
So I think that is where we are.
All right.
Okay, so
Any comments from my fellow?
it's 200 a year. What are you looking at? The maximum exposure, and then we did it over 10 years.
20 years.
10-year period of.
Oh, okay, but it's a 20-year.
Chip, excuse me.
Right, 20-year increment retention, but 10 years of issuance.
Yeah.
Correct.
And it's, the assumption is 70%. What'd you use for the increment?
75.
75.
75, 85.
But 85 is not in it, it's just 75.
Just
Just 75. this year.
75%, okay. 10-year tranches. Okay, so the maximum exposure according to this is 38 million to the education fund
That's
portion.
not exposure.
New column, yeah.
If we added in just what's the ed fund portion, that would be.
That's revenue.
Mhm.
So
That's
education
new
tax
revenue
increment.
to the ed fund.
That's
Oh,
what they
okay,
do.
okay, yeah.
That is-
Just subtracting those.
Yeah,
Because some of us feel, this is,
We should look at that figure at the end and say, if you're gonna fix your roof and invest in your house, you get that return on investment. This is basic economics. Good night and good.
Any comments, gentlemen?
thank you for working through
Yes,
this.
really appreciate it.
And thank
well, we
Patrick.
took you,
Yeah,
Patrick.
and everyone, Megan,
Yeah,
everyone who,
everybody for staying.
by somebody else.
yeah. Yeah, so thank you for going.
So-
Cameron.
Yep.
It is. Yeah, well, I think that, is there any comments? I mean, I only have one. I'm not. I don't want to get deeply into the numbers. I think that, for me at least, I never saw a chip as being that powerful. I think it's more like 15-20% of the units that are produced would actually be financed by chip.
We base
But I
it
don't
on,
know what I know,
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't know what you think. I'm not a chip expert. I can't.
If we had the opportunity to fund that many new units per year.
we'd be thrilled.
Wow.
We'd be
I do want to remind the House that last year you came to us with a proposal, not fully funded, to get $1 billion over 10 years for 3,000 units of housing.
That's right.
So this is a much lower cost per unit. And just want to put that on the table as we talk about big round numbers.
Yeah.
And I really.
Right. Okay.
Our assumption is what Chris's was, so it's 50.
50, yeah.
All right,
So
so.
what is our thought about going forward?
Well, she needs to know because she's not here tomorrow, but
Well, I'm always with you.
This is our
in
thought
spirit.
about going
I'm always with you in spirit.
I
But,
think we'll just absorb this and have to get back to. you.
okay, so
I don't think there's any getting back to us.
Well.
Well, they need to
we're
respond.
not gonna-
We need to know what they think.
This is a favorable presentation, but we can't commit yet. We have to confer
so I'm available from 1 to 3
Yeah, okay.
tomorrow.
tomorrow. That is my window for the room.
opportunity.
That is my window of opportunity.
By
I-
electronic signature.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
So-
and I understand from our secretary that that's okay.
Okay, that is okay. And really, thank you very much for all your work.
Yeah, thank you, Jim.
Really appreciate it.
thank you.
And really continuously, this is, I think, really an excellent process, but we'll just absorb this and we can go offline. We're